I've read the article. It doesn't sound as good as kind of hearing somebody else talk about it. So I kind of want to react to what the Breakfast Club said about this morning, and then there's another video that I want to get into that has some pretty interesting information. Hey family, hey, I'm early. Happy birthday to you and yours, all the way from St. Lucia, the Caribbean. Shout out to Lindell, I appreciate you. Been telling you about Lupe. If Kendrick wants to be lyrical miracle, he can, but he likes to be relatable to people. Lupe doesn't know how to master the mid-range. Great, great, great analogy there. We talked about mastering the mid-range too. Where did I hear that from? I forgot where I heard that from. Bro. Punch. I heard it from Punch. He talked about mastering the mid-range and not feeling the need to jump out there and just shoot from three all the time and being able to master the mid-range. So that's a great conversation. What up, Mr. Sheridan? What up, Positive Vibes? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this video real quick, man. Hit that like button on the way in. I appreciate you. Hit that like button. Let's go.
So Scott Mills sat down with Gail Mitchell over at Billboard, and they had a conversation about BET's 45-year legacy.
He's the CEO of BET.
Yes, right? CEO of BET. Yes. And they had a conversation about the legacy of 45 years of BET. Now,
that's something I don't think I realized either. BET has been around for 45 years. Hip hop is 50 years old. So BET has been around almost the same amount of time that we've known hip hop as it is to be a thing. I didn't realize that. That's kind of interesting. I didn't know that they kind of grew up together in a sense, which I guess would kind of understand why it kind of took its dips and flows and highs, because it followed the trend of hip hop. But this is something completely different. Like, this is different. Like, I'm not saying that hip hop is going down, but this is different.
Within the conversation, they talked about a ton of different things, but one of the major things that came out of this interview was we learned that the BET Hip Hop Awards and the BET Soul Train Awards are going to, or right now, are suspended. So Gail Mitchell asked Scott if he can confirm the chatter, because there have been conversation about two of BET Award shows, the Soul Train and the Hip Hop Awards, no longer happening. So he says that, he wouldn't say that it's, not happening. He says that right now, as of right now, they are suspended. But basically what they're trying to figure out at BET is how do they bring or do these award shows in a way where it fits where the media landscape is today, because it might not mean that the Hip Hop Awards or the Soul Train Awards have to be on linear TV. But he does say that they are not gone. I know yesterday, I saw a conversation around the awards being completely gone and canceled.
Real talk, like the hip hop, I just feel like people don't put a lot of stake into it. It's almost like it's a participation medal in a sense. It seems like charity, in a sense, for artists to attend it, and to receive the award. Not to say that you should feel that way. I'm just saying it seems like it's like I gotta go home for Thanksgiving. Like I'm never here. Like, I'm never here. I gotta go home for Thanksgiving. I gotta go home and show the people I'm here. And that's not even for the Hip Hop Awards. That's for the BET Awards. Like, you just don't see people showing up to these awards. You don't see people watching it like that. Like, I feel like where we are right now with the way that cable TV, like, I don't have cable. I don't have cable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stream Netflix. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of the world we're in. I watch so much YouTube and stuff like that it's almost like YouTube is just my form of entertainment. And I have the streamers, the YouTubers that I watch, and I think that's a pitfall of the subscription model, that you got everybody buying all of these different things to watch these things. They're not necessarily tuned into like cable television. I know you can buy like a BET subscription, but like, what are you getting? Like, I couldn't name you like two shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't name you like two shows that's on BET. Not one, actually one. I couldn't name one. So I think that's a bigger issue. I think it's just a bigger issue. People aren't going. My bad.
Yeah.
He says in this article they are not going. They're just trying to find a way to rework it so that it fits where we are now. And when he says that, they had already previously had a conversation about like the other ventures that BET has. So whether it's BET Plus or BET Digital, where do they put the award show so that they work out better? Now she follows up this question when asking,
Do y'all think that the location of the BET Awards, whether it's on Plus or whether it's on TV, do y'all think that's the problem? Like, the problem isn't the medium or where it is. Like, that's not the problem. The problem is not getting the attention on the show. And you have to just kind of grow up with the times in a little bit. Like, if you're going to do a show like that, you might want to have streamers involved. You might want to tap in to the hip hop YouTube community. You might need to bring out some of the heavy hitters in this hip hop YouTube space and make them a part of the show. You might have to do that. When they hit go live or when they drop a video, people go to it. Plain and simple. You might have to do that. Look, I'm down.
About the 2025 BET Awards, because when this year's BET Awards went down, although the show was amazing, the ratings were a lot lower than they were last year. So there had been conversation about the BET Awards being canceled as well. They were last year. So there had been conversation about the BET Awards being canceled as well, and because of the viewership. So she says viewership dropped almost 50% in a key demographic, which is 18 years old to 49 years old, from last year's show. She asked Scott Mills, does he have
a key demographic, 18 to 49? That's the entire demographic. Like, that's the meat. Pause. That's the entire 18 to 49 is basically. So I guess what they're saying is across the board, everybody just stopped watching it. It didn't matter how old you were. You have to look at it like this though, right? What have you done to attract an 18-year-old to watch the BET Awards? Like, is YB performing? Is who else? You know what I'm saying? Like, is somebody that they watch performing at this show? Are they getting an award? Are they, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to tap into those age groups in order to get them to watch. I don't even understand. Listen, bro, it seems pretty obvious to me. What up, Luke? Shout out my brother in the building. Yes, BET's format is no longer with the times. It is not, bro. It doesn't. Like, you have to think, bro. Like, we don't watch videos anymore. Like, there used to be a time where you could tap in at any time of the day and watch a video. Like, an actual, like, just watch a video all day long. You can't watch videos no more. So the way we're hearing the music is through streaming, which is also the way we connect with the artists is through streaming and streamers and stuff like that. Now, if you went back to the model of that, maybe, I don't know, because people don't really watch TV like that anymore. But if you took away the reason why people connected to the channel in the first place, which was the videos, right? Oh, my bad, J2. I think that until they use streamers and change how they're doing things they're doing, they're never going to get the views that they're used to. Shout out to J2. I agree, fam. I agree.
The situation.
My bad.
Have any concerns about the longevity of the BET Awards? And he says viewership was down, but the cable ecosystem is smaller, number one, than it was a year ago, and that's just the reality of it. But he also says that a lot of it has to do with the fact that last year they changed the BET Awards from the Sunday that it's always on to a Monday. Now, when that change was announced, people were confused because it's always on that certain Sunday. I think it's like the third Sunday in June. People were confused and people were wondering why. So I did some poking around yesterday.
Dropping the show to releasing the show on Sunday to dropping it on a Monday when people are off and have nothing to do. Typically, they just chilling at home. You went to drop the show on a Monday when people probably may not be home from work or got practice or you know what I'm saying, something going on. That would lend to why less people will watch. It just seems like they shooting themselves in the foot.
to try and figure out, because he didn't answer the question as to why it was moved around. He just said that they were going to bring it back. They're going to take it back to the original Sunday. But the show was good. He gave a big props to Connie Orlando and said, they did an amazing job this year with the show, but we can't get around what happened. And from what I was told, the reason why it was moved around was because there was a huge sporting event that was happening at that time that they couldn't work. Like, they needed certain venues, and they used the JW Marriott Hotel and different venues, and they didn't have access to the things that they needed, so they had to move the day. I was confused about that because I'm like, a show as big as the BET Awards, I thought you would book out the venues you need for years at a time, probably.
Yeah.
And what I was told was that sometimes people do that, but because, again, the landscape of things are changing every single day, it's hard to predict what will and what won't happen a year from now, 2 years from now.
They don't have the money to do that. You would book venues and hotels and whatever years in advance if you had the money to do that. That they live in paycheck to paycheck. And how are they bringing in money? How are they bringing in money? It seems like at some point, BET is going to dissolve completely. And I think that's due to, it's partially their own doing, the reason why people don't watch. So I can't necessarily blame the people for not watching when it's not a product that people want to watch, right? Like, it would make sense if they was giving us something that we wanted to see, but they don't do that.
So
salute to Scott Mills, but I don't know why he's complicating this. These shows just aren't making no money.
Yeah,
like that's just the moral of the story. The reality of the situation. None of these shows are making the money they need to be on. It's just that simple. If these shows were making money and if these shows were profitable, these shows it would be no question about none of these award shows. They'd be on.
Not only that, you look at the hip hop awards, and if you don't have the top 5 hip hop artists coming to your show, and you're doing a hip hop award show, that kind of hurts as well, right?
Yeah.
Whoever your top 5 award, your top 5 rappers are. If you don't have Kendrick performing or Drake performing or Future or Travis Scott or whoever the top 5 is that people say, if they're not at your hip hop award show, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? You want to see that represented. And we've seen it represented. We've seen Michael Jackson at these award shows when it was time for.
Here's the other thing. Why? Okay, so here's another question for y'all to answer if you guys are watching this on playback too, right? And you guys in the chat too. Why don't artists view the BET Hip Hop Awards as a must-attend show? Why? It's BET. It's black. It's for the people. It's an honor. It's an award, right? You're gaining something from it. So why are they not showing up to a show built for you? Is it politics? What is it? Is it money? Like, what is it? Like, I want to know the thought process behind them not showing up, because it has to be a reason, bro. Show up to the Grammys. It's got to be prestige. It's got to be prestige. It just seems like the BET Awards is not held to the same standard or the same, it doesn't garner the same attention as something like the Grammys. It's controversial. Who doesn't show up? Those nominated show up. But it's not just about being nominated, though. It's about the support for hip hop. So even if you're not nominated, why would you not go? Like, everybody who goes to the Oscars isn't a winner or nominated. They go because they are actors, or, you know what I'm saying? They're part of the industry. It's literally another trophy because they know how paid off success is. I always get here at the end. We're at the beginning. That's worth more than a Grammy in my eyes. Stars are not getting the same coverage at the BET Awards that they would get from other award shows. I agree with that too. The Grammys got y'all brainwashed. It's not just the artists, black folk in general, been done with the BET Awards. And I think they have too, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they've been done with the BET Awards. Black people have been done with the BET Awards, I think, for a long time. And it's a multitude of reasons. I don't think you can blame it on one thing. I think a huge thing is there's no connection. We had like 106 in Park and just normally watching videos all the time. Like, we don't have that anymore. So there's no connection.
For those award shows, we've seen Hove, we've seen Dre, we've seen Snoop, we've seen Nas, like we've seen T.I., we've seen our big celebrities.
Envy makes a great point because the reality of the situation is artists treat these award shows like they're disposable and they don't come to them, but they'll go to all the white award shows. And that's why the white award shows still get the viewership, and that's why the white award shows still get the sponsorships, because they get the eyeballs. If the top artists came to these shows, they would get the eyeballs and they'd still be getting the money. But if you do that for years, like they've been ignoring, the BET Hip Hop Award and Soul Train Awards for years. If the top artists ignore those shows for years, eventually people stop.
Even the name of like the Soul Train Awards, it's like how where's the connection to Soul Train at this point? Where's the connection? That's what I'm saying. Like they can't just keep. It almost seems like BET said because it's hip hop, they're gonna show up. Because it's Soul Train, they're gonna show up. They're gonna show up. They gotta show up. It's hip hop. It's black. We doing everything. And you gotta do a little bit more than rely on the history to get people to show up. Soul Train is a beautiful name. BET hasn't been black owned in a while. Maybe reach out and rebrand. Facts. Yeah, sounds like politics. Y'all remember that Boondocks episode? Which one?
Stop watching and the money dries up. It's not rocket science, people.
Yeah, you want to see your favorite artists. Your favorite artists are not there. The biggest artists are not there performing. You're less likely to watch. Dominoes. But if I know my favorite artist, the biggest artist, Kendrick is going to be performing, or this one, you're going to watch. But those artists not performing.
That'll help with the sponsorships.
Yeah, and he also talked about too. BET went through a huge round of layoffs recently as well too, and he talked about just the money being different over there. BET has been at this for a very long time, and the money has been different. Placing advertisers is different as well too because of the things that you guys are talking about. I think across the industry we're seeing a lot of this, but I do think we're impacted a lot differently because the fight for money is different for us. Scott Mills talked about that when he was up here on the Breakfast Club.
Like I said, at the end of the day, how is BET making money? How? I mean, I can see that they're making money, but not making enough money to give a show that would make it meaningful for people to continue to watch, right?
As well, but yeah, I saw a lot of people upset yesterday, and kind of like, woe was us, and we need these platforms, but people don't support
Give
those
the people
shows.
what they want.
That's a good one too. Isaac said the Grammys get viewers because it's a much wider net. You can't compare the two demographics. I agree. Grammys encompass all music, right? So you got a lot of different people, genres, styles, flavors coming together in one place. Whereas for hip hop, it is all just it is all just one genre. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you can fairly compare the two. But still, I think the best of the best in your genre don't attend their own show. There has to be a conscious reason why, we do not care about this. Like, we don't care about this award. We want that one. How do we make the BET Hip Hop Award as sought after as a Grammy? Or will it ever be? Is it possible? I don't know. Right? Like, I don't know if it's possible. And I think it could be years and years and years and years and years of the same thing. It's like, bro, y'all know when the solar people come to your crib and try to get you to buy solar and you be like, bruh, but I could save you $1,000. Bruh. ComEd. Bruh, I'm not changing. But I could but if you just, bruh, bye. Close the door. I feel like it's kind of one of those things where even if you could, you know what I'm saying? Even if you could, it's just like we've been going for so long in this direction and we choose not to change. It's like, hey, are we good enough? Yeah, BET would have meant something if they stood for something. Ooh. The most legendary artists can boycott the Grammys and go to the BET Awards instead of yes, that too. But you'd have to get everybody on board. And who's gonna boycott receiving a Grammy when it's like, look at it like this too, right? Like when they introduce you as the Grammy award-winning artist for Best Hip Hop Song 2025 or the BET Hip Hop Award Artist winner 2025, it's like the name carries weight. And you got to think about it like that too. Like even actors, when they get that Oscar, bro, the prices go up. the prices, when I get an Oscar, the prices go up. You're not going to just pay me what you paid me last year after I won an Oscar. You feel me?
People don't support
You know
those
what's so
shows.
crazy? They always act upset when something is gone. But when it's here, you defecate on it every chance you get. When it's on, you trash the award shows when they
Wait,
on.
what
And
you
you say that, they always act upset when something is gone. But when it's here, you defecate on it every chance you get. When it's on, you trash the award shows when they on. And you say that, the award show is trash and blah, blah, blah. But then when it's gone, you upset.
Yeah, and you know what
You
else?
got to start. You got to stop treating your culture like it's disposable, but then get mad when it's disposed of.
You know we haven't been having a conversation.
I mean, I don't disagree. I think it's a sense of normalcy too, where people just assume that it's always gonna be there. Like, you just assume that it's always gonna be there because it's a staple. Like, I may not watch it all the time, but when I go to the channel, I need it to be on. Like, I don't watch ridiculousness all the time, but when I go to MTV, like, I gotta be on. Like, I need to get some laughs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be there, but they just like, nah, bro, we can't do it. Years and years and years of doing it.
Conversation about too with this whole CBS thing and the Skydance merger and all that is BET being over there, and a lot of their content is going to be heavily impacted too if what we see is happening is actually happening with things being censored. They in the article, Gail Mitchell asked Scott Mills about that, and he says that he's not going to speak to potential corporate outcomes because he's just going to basically like steadfast and stay focused. But how do you not be so scared and so nervous if you're BET under all of this censorship that we're seeing over at CBS and Paramount and all the places? Like,
BET ain't got no live programming.
no, but they have
BET not doing nothing that need to be censored. Who on BET is making a stand or saying anything that's going to shake
maybe not daily,
exactly.
But like when voting time happens,
sisters is really gonna rile some people up.
When BET does like their voter programs and like the go get out and vote, like they do take times when they do certain things where they are shooting back and they're running content that's in not in support of Donald Trump. They might not get as vulgar, but they do their small things to try and like push.
BET censors themselves and sometimes in ways that they shouldn't. I mean, if you look at people were so excited to see Chris Brown do Michael Jackson, they censored him. The thing that they censor themselves,
and they do bad censorship too. You be watching BET, they be like mother fryer frink. Like what?
What up, Frankfurter? Like, come on.
He was like, what the hell just happened?
Crazy.
G Watkins, I'm not sure. G Watkins asks, are the BET Awards peer voted like the Grammys? I'm not sure. Or is it? Do you mean like is it a like a voting body? I think so. I can't answer that though. React to Lupe and Kendrick songs and compare them. That would be golden lyrically.
Well, however they bring those shows back, and there's no timeline yet, but however they bring those shows back, please tune in. So
if the money ain't there, the shows ain't gonna be there. It's really just that simple. If they can't get the sponsorships and get the money to be there, the show's not gonna be there. That's all. But like what Envy said earlier is true. If you get the best artists in the game to start showing up to these shows, more eyeballs will be on these shows. These shows will go viral more.
But here's the thing: is getting the best artists to show up to the shows, like paying them to come out and do like I can see that from BET standpoint too. Like, I'm not gonna pay y'all to come to the show. Like, you should look to this event as a duty to hip hop in a sense. Like, you gotta show up to the BET Hip Hop Awards. No, but I don't know, man. Maybe I can't give you the solution outside of bridging the gap and building a connection with BET first, not the Hip Hop Awards. We have to get reattached to BET. How does that happen? Do you have streamers go on and stream for BET from, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, contract the brother out for a BET stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's giving out free game. But I've done that for like Bleacher Report. For any of y'all that know me that's been around for long enough, I've worked with Bleacher Report where they contract me out and I go on and I talk about sneakers on their platform. Granted, they pay you, boy, but I'd go and I stream on their platform. So if you want to connect with streamers, hit the streamers up or hit the YouTubers up and be like, hey, bro, do a show for us through our platform. That's how we bridge the gap and start connecting and getting people to be back involved in what we're doing over here. Not the same old.
You figure out the digital component, and the sponsorships will come back.
Shout out to Cool Name for the 5 gang. I appreciate you, man. He says, once artists make BET important, then we will make it important. I hear you.
Maybe.
That's right.
But right now, the money's dried up.
No, I didn't say it had to be streamers. I said bridging the gap. I didn't say it had to be streamers. But if you're trying to get those audiences that have left your platform to go and watch streamers and YouTubers, I'm saying maybe ask some of those people, hey man, maybe why don't you do some work with us and you can bring some of your audience back into the pipeline. That's all I'm saying. It don't have to be, but that's just a suggestion. It don't have to be that.
Latest with Lauren. All right. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. More going to be joining us, and then BMX professional rider Nigel Sylvester will be joining us, and we'll kick with him in a little bit. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club.
Oh, Nigel trying to sell them damn Jordan 1 lows. I see. All right, man. What else we got? So that is interesting. Here's a view. I seen this video pop up. The real reason BET canceled the Hip Hop Awards. Who is this? Marcus at Work Media, 12,000 subs. Let's give him a sub. We'll give him a sub. And hit the like button on this video. So he's saying the real reason the BET Hip Hop Awards got canceled. I want to see what other people are saying outside of the mainstream media.
Nigel popped out. Work Media, so I guess it's official now. They are canceling the BET.
They said suspended, but I guess
Hip Hop and the Soul Train Music Award. Are we really surprised? Ever since they sold BET, we had a feeling this was coming. Now,
presented by Walmart.
BET has lost a little bit of its luster. Some people feel like that this move from the CEO has an alternative motive that she wants to talk about, and it has to do with some politics. So let's get into it.
Is it really politics?
So BET has suspended BET Hip Hop and the Soul Train Awards indefinitely. That means they're not coming back. Now I want y'all to pay attention to this. Paramount Global owns BET. It is a part of Paramount CBS Entertainment, okay? Now y'all know what's been going on with Paramount. Paramount has been trying to buy Skydance, and in order for them to get Skydance, they had to get the president's approval and the FTC.
What is Skydance? Skydance Media, an American media production and finance company based in Santa Monica, California. Skydance. Oh, today? Skydance closes $8 billion Paramount acquisition today. Marks day one of a new Paramount. What is that? Skydance. What does Skydance do though? Like what are some of their products? A new era, Paramount Skydance Corporation to be tech forward and efficient. So they've officially done it. What does Skydance do though? Chain of Media, that movie production company. Yeah, you see the logo before the movie. Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm like, is that it? They just make movies? Why is that a big deal? Okay. It says the Diversified Media Group. Hey, shout out my boy Cardenas. For the dub. I appreciate you, fam, for the $20 donation, gang. I appreciate you. Happy belated. You streaming JID tonight? I just listened to it, so I want to come by. Oh, tonight? Probably not tonight, bro. We'll get to it tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. Like, we'll do it tomorrow. Damn, tonight I forgot. Shout out W. Cardenas, man. Don't tell me nothing about it either. Don't even tell me the song you think. Wait, how did you hear it already? How did you hear it already?
FTC approval to have that big ass merger. Trump greenlighted Paramount's $8 billion merger with Group Skydance. Now, guess who else got fired during that time? Stephen Colbert. His show was canceled. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's not forget 60 Minutes. They changed their whole
Wait, so Stephen Colbert got fired I thought he quit, but I guess he got fired. I did hear it's kind of, and I seen a lot of people were pissed about Stephen Colbert. Like, bro, if we not watching you, we not watching Paramount. People are boycotting Paramount over Stephen Colbert. That's crazy.
Now CBS Paramount has a bias monitor for Trump. This all plays a hand, and I don't give a fuck who announced that shit. This all has to do with Trump. Trying to make this country more white.
Oh.
Only white people should be seen. And they're going to dismantle BET whether we realize it or not. Little by little, they're going to take away BET from us. Another thing.
I don't agree with, I mean, I can't say that I agree with that completely, but I do understand at least where the thought process is going with that. Like, I said it earlier, I think BET it could probably be dissolved completely at some point. But I don't necessarily. I think it's kind of some of BET's own doing too. Like people not supporting it. Like I don't think they got nothing to do with nothing else.
Watched Charlamagne this morning talking about the Sydney Sweeney outrage wasn't a big deal. Right after Sydney Sweeney, Charlamagne, there was fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Wait, what?
Don't be fucking stupid. This is the problem with y'all up there. Y'all like to see the glass as half full instead of that bitch being half empty. Little by little, they're chipping away at everybody else and leaving white people there to settle. And stop comparing Beyonce to Sydney Sweeney. Beyonce ad didn't have no goddamn words in that hole. Nobody was talking about nobody's jeans. She just sit there and took a fucking picture.
Yeah, I hadn't even talked about that. Like I didn't really even care to talk about it. Like the difference in the ad is completely different. Like there's no reference to like superior jeans. There's no reference to superior jeans. So like, hey bro,
blue eyes and blonde hair are not the architect of beauty. That is racism. That is eugenics. They're gonna keep pouring that into the entertainment space because that's where everything is. Media runs everything. And right now, Trump has it under his goddamn boot.
Now, whether this is an attempt to take over our outlet, to whitewash it into something different, who knows? But once we sold it, we give up the ability to dictate how things operate. Now, if it's Trump-related, politically motivated, who knows? I'm not ruling it out. Hey, in capitalism, money talks, bullshit walks. We all know this. And big money at that level, whether he want to play that to try to run into a merger and it has something to do with Trump, I wouldn't doubt it. But that's how they operate. Now, obviously, the culture don't have to be happy about this because some people are not. But if we're looking at the data, we're looking at the numbers, we're looking at the costs, we understand that viewership of the BET Hip Hop Awards over the years has drastically dived off a cliff. I think their viewership was down like.
I think it is the most simple thing, and I think that people maybe don't necessarily want to look at it. It's very simple, man. I don't really think it's as deep as any of that. I think it's very simple. People are not watching BET, bro. And if they're not watching BET, at some point you got to start chipping away at the fat. The fat goes first. Are y'all not watching this? All right, bet. Let's click that out. We'll keep the BET Awards, but we're not going to do all this other stuff if ain't nobody watching it. We're spending money in order to just take an L at the end of the day? That's crazy.
50% or something. Like, it was crazy. Basically, YouTubers get more views on their videos than they do far as viewership, which is wild.
Wait, what'd he say?
About the BET Hip Hop Awards.
What'd he say?
As viewership, which is wild. Like, it was crazy. Basically, YouTubers get more views on their videos than they do far as viewership,
which is why I said what I said earlier. That's exactly what I said earlier, bro. You got to start looking at where the people are.
It's wild.
Unpopular opinion about the BET Hip Hop Awards being discontinued. Let's be honest, the BET Hip Hop Awards been dying for the last couple of years.
Facts.
It's been really hard for them to get celebrities to come in. They have nothing but seat fillers on the bottom row. And this is coming from somebody that worked the BET Hip Hop Awards for 3 years. The hip hop industry is dying because the streaming community is booming.
The hip hop community is not dying. Like, I don't know where that's coming from. Streaming community is kind of doing this thing. I think it's just making you like focus your attention in a different direction. So the hip hop community isn't dying. Let me just make sure did she say that?
because the streaming community is booming. It's no longer about who dying because coming from somebody that worked the BET Hip Hop Awards for 3 years. The hip hop industry is dying.
The hip hop industry is dying. I don't think that's not true. That is not true.
Because the streaming community is booming. It's no longer about who has the hit record. It's who has influence online. Y'all.
It's no longer about who has the hit record. It's about who has influence online. I'm trying to think of an artist that has influence but doesn't have a hit record. Drake still has hit records. He doesn't have #1 records. I mean, and Drake is not even close to the norm. YB has influence, but may not chart in the way that an artist of that stature probably could, especially like with his last album. So I'm thinking that's a good example is like YB. He has the influence. I honestly stopped listening to hip hop because of the mumble rap era. I also watch YouTube and not TV anymore. Yeah, facts. The streaming community's definition of hip hop culture doesn't include folks that want to watch BET and Soul Train. Maybe she means the industry part is dying. Camille, thank you for that. Maybe, because he said hip hop. I was like, yeah, Gunna too. Kodak Black. Influence. Let me get what she said again, because I don't want to.
Booming. It's no longer about who has the hit record. It's who has influence online.
It's no longer about who has the hit record. It's about who has influence. I don't think you can solely say that, bro, because if you don't have a hit record, like people are not talking about you like that, unless you're hey, no disrespect, but like a Blueface at one point where like your antics is what got you out there, and you weren't like a artist like Ye, who is considered by some people to be one of the greatest artists of all time, but then you became this antic person. You know what I'm saying? Like Blueface had a couple songs, but then stayed in the public eye because of what the hell he was doing outside of music. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all got to get with the program. Social media has become so big. We have streamers that are more popping than rappers. They're making more money than what rappers would make going to shows. Nobody no longer want to see people perform on stage. They want to watch their favorite streamer.
I don't agree with that either. I think absolutely people want to go to shows. I think that you have to give them. You can't just roll out of bed and go do a show and just rap on stage and forget your lyrics and ask the crowd to sing your songs for you. Like, you can't do that. Or you can dwindle them out of money, but that's not the show that's going to get people to continue to come back. That's why you had shows like GNX doing the numbers that it did, because people left that show talking about how amazing that show was.
It was proven when Castanet was streaming the BET Awards. A lot of people are blaming, they sold it to Caucasian people. That's why they're just, no, it's not that. How many artists, celebrities been supporting the BET Hip Hop Awards? Very few. You don't see Beyonce showing up to the Hip Hop Awards. You don't see Jay-Z. You don't see the big names. You might see him show up to the real BET Awards, but not the hip hop version, okay?
See?
So,
hey, shout out Cool Name for the 5 gang. I appreciate you. Says, if you're influenced, then you get a hit record. Speed, KSI, Travis, Aubrey, etc. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate you, dog.
We have to blame the celebrities, the A-list celebrities, for not supporting it, okay?
Facts.
Because they felt like they were bigger than the program.
Now, my black people, my sisters, my brothers, can we at least get on the same page and acknowledge that the BET Awards has been trash for quite some time? Now, they had some moments here and there. They fumbled with Usher tribute show, which had a lot of backlash, and they fumbled a few different other tribute shows. The Jamie Foxx tribute was okay, right? But their programming and their structure of how they're coordinating the BET Awards has been less than desirable, to say it mildly.
Up everybody, this is an unpopular opinion, I know, but cancel the BET Awards. It was trash. I mean, it was trash. Too much gyrating, too much nakedness. What happened to the artistry? What happened to having words? What happened to singing? What happened to dancing? What happened to actual rapping? All you do is shake your booty now. Man, it was trash. I mean, cancel the BET Awards. I know y'all gonna get me, but it was trash, and I don't want to see it.
Now, all that said,
I mean, some people care about the art too, man. Some people just, I don't agree 100%, but I don't disagree enough to give bro an argument. Like, I don't get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't disagree enough to just argue with him. Like, when I see it, I see the same thing too sometimes, you know? And I think there are some of those bright spots that do bring artistry, that do talk, you know, that give you something other than, you know, shaking ass and doing whatever. And granted, there's a place for that. Like, I'm not saying it's not, like, we're not prudes over here, but come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Give us a little something different.
people grew up on these programs, especially the Soul Train Music Awards. I mean, the Soul Train Awards all the way through the 70s, 80s, all the way through. I mean, that is a staple in the Black community for multiple generations. So I think it's more nostalgic than anything. Not saying that it was great in today's time, but it's just the nostalgia for some people.
Now, BET, is this really the time to cancel both the Soul Train Awards and the Hip Hop Awards indefinitely? Is this really the time? I haven't watched the Hip Hop Awards or the Soul Train Awards in quite some time, but that's mainly because I'm not an award show person, and I feel like they're more so big popularity contests than actual, you know, contests of content. You feel me? But that doesn't mean that I won't miss it, because we get a lot of good clips.
Bro, ain't that what I said? Ain't that literally what I just said? Like, you know, you ain't gonna watch it. You just want it to be there. Like, just be there when I need it. Like, just be there. That's what people think about the beats. Like, I don't watch it, but damn, like, if I want to watch it, I want it to be there. But that's not the world we live in. You gotta show your support. You gotta show up with your support in the form of just being a supporter or dollars.
Yeah. And stuff from these award shows, particularly the hip hop award shows. And we get some great performances from these award shows as well. And honestly, it does make me a little sad because,
Christian,
you know,
I hear you.
That was for us. For us. And we lose a lot of stuff that's particularly for us.
But as a person that just admitted, I don't watch it. It's for you. It's for you. Like, you can't complain about it now, bro. Like, you should have watched it.
So, wow, it's not a huge deal.
Exactly. Like, if your favorite restaurant closed, but you only went there once a year, you never showed up no other time but your anniversary, you never went for a happy hour, you never pulled up just to say, hey, man, let me just grab grab some appetite. You show up once a year and be like, damn, they closing?
I guess for some. For me, it's just like...
That's facts.
There goes something else that was super blackity black.
So what do you guys make of this? Are you happy that it's canceled? Are you not surprised because it's been garbage for a while?
No.
Ever since they sold it, or even before? What do you think? Or do you feel like this is some type of business move or a racial play in order for them to...
I'm not happy about it, but I understand it. I think that if you wanted the BET Awards to be around, then you were probably... Like, if you're an avid supporter, every year you watching the BET Hip Hop Awards, and you know what I'm saying, like, and it's not there anymore, I completely understand. I get you. But if you didn't watch it ever and now you talking about it, doesn't really make sense for you to say anything. Again, I don't know what the workaround is, but I think there has to be a reconnection of the people to BET first, and then we'll get into the Hip Hop Awards. The artists are not gonna show if the artists see that the people are watching it, then they're gonna be like, okay, well, maybe I don't think it's the other way around. Like, we gotta get the artists in and then the people will watch. That's like piggybacking off of their work and assuming that their fan base is loyal enough to do that. I don't think that there's a ton of these like there are very loyal fan bases. I can't say that. But I do think that if you just got people to watch BET first, give them the reason to watch, then the artist will be like, okay, well, the eyes is over there. That's where I'm going to go. We got to show up because people are going to be watching the BET Awards. I don't even know if it's the other way around. Haven't watched in years and no reason to. I think the fact that it's being taken away is the problem. It seems like we're losing something no matter how much usage we get out of it. I don't disagree with you, but in this case specifically, if we know that the viewership has been down, if the viewership was up and they took it, then there'd be more hell to pay. But we know people are not watching it, bro. So I don't think we can't even give it that, right? Like we can't even give it that.